back to my channel, Calling Seed to Serendipity. Welcome into my new viewers and welcome back to my Serendipity subbies. I'm Colleen. Today is December 24th, 2022. Happy Christmas Eve, everybody. And I would like to bring you this day in history. Comedian Bob Hope gives what he says is his last Christmas show to U.S. servicemen in Saigon. Hope was a comedian and a star of stage, radio, television, and over 50 feature films. Hope was one of many Hollywood stars who had followed the tradition of traveling overseas to entertain American troops stationed abroad. Excuse me. The 1972 show marked Hope's 9th consecutive Christmas appearance in Vietnam. Hope endorsed President Nixon's bombing of North Vietnam to force it to accept U.S. peace terms and receive South Vietnam's highest civil medal for his anti-communist zeal. Although some anti-war protesters criticized Hope for supporting government policies in Vietnam, the comedian said he believed it was his responsibility to lift the spirits by entertaining the troops. Also on this day, President Nixon suspends Operations Linebacker 2 for 36 hours to mark the Christmas holiday. The bombing campaign against North Vietnam had been operating since December 18th, when Nixon initiated the campaign to force the North Vietnamese back to Paris peace negotiations. On December 28th, the North Vietnamese announced that they would return to Paris if Nixon ended the bombing. The bombing campaign was halted and negotiators met during the first week of January. They quickly arrived at a settlement. The Paris Peace Accord were signed on January 23rd, and a ceasefire went into effect. Now, that was a short one, so I'm going to read you some more facts about Bob Hope. Bob Hope was a British-born American entertainer, a comedian known for his jokes and one-liners, as well as his success in the entertainment industry and his decades of overseas tours to entertain troops. Hope received numerous awards and honors for his work as an entertainer and a humanitarian. Born Leslie Towns Hope in 1903, Hope reigned as king of American comedy for decades. He started out his life, however, across the Atlantic. Hope spent his first years of life in England, where his father worked as a stonemason. In 1907, Hope came to the United States and his family settled in Cleveland, Ohio. His large family, which included his 6 brothers, struggled financially in Hope's younger years, so Hope worked a number of jobs, ranging from soda jerk to shoe salesman as a young man to help ease his parents' financial strain. Hope's mother was an aspiring singer at one time, shared her expertise with Hope. He also took dancing lessons and developed an act with his girlfriend Mildred Rosequist. As a teenager, the pair played local vaudeville theaters for a time. Bitten by the showbiz bug, Hope next partnered up with friend Lloyd Durbin for a 2-man dance routine. After Durbin died on the road of food poisoning, Hope joined forces with George Bryan. Hope and Bryan landed some work with film star Fatty Arbuckle and made it to Broadway in sidewalks of New York in 1927. Supporting the troops. During World War II, Hope began to regularly take time out of his film and television career to entertain American troops. He started out with a radio show he did at a California air base in 1941. 2 years later, Hope traveled with the USO performers to bring laughs to military personnel overseas, including stops in Europe. He also went to the Pacific Front the year after. In 1944, Hope wrote about his war experiences in I Never Left Home. While he and his wife Dolores had 4 children of their own, they spent many of their Christmases with the troops. Vietnam was one of his most frequent holiday stops, visiting the country 9 times during the Vietnam War. Hope took a break from his USO efforts in early 1980s. He resumed his comedic mission to a trip to Lebanon in 1983. In the early 90s, Hope went to Saudi Arabia to cheer on soldiers who were engaged in the first Gulf War. Hope traveled the world on behalf of the country's servicemen and women and received numerous accolades for his humanitarian efforts. His name was even placed on ships and planes. Perhaps the greatest honor, however, came in 1997 when Congress passed a measure to make Hope an honorary veteran of the U.S. military service for his goodwill work on behalf of American soldiers. Death and legacy. By the 1990s, Hope had become one of the most honored performers in entertaining history. He received more than 50 honorary degrees in his lifetime, as well as a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Kennedy Center in 1985, a Medal of the Arts from President Bill Clinton in 1995, a British knighthood in 1998. The British-born Hope was especially surprised by the honorary knighthood, saying, "I'm speechless. 70 years of ad-lib material and I'm speechless." Around this time, Hope donated his papers to the Library of Congress. He handed over his joke files, which he had kept in special file cabinets in a special room of his Lake Toluca, California home. These jokes accumulated more than 85,000 pages of laughs, represented the work of Hope and numerous writers that he kept on staff. At one point, Hope had 13 writers working for him. In 2000, Hope attended the opening of Bob Hope Gallery of American Entertainment at the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. In the following years, he became increasingly frail. Hope quietly celebrated his 100th birthday in May 2003 at his Toluca lake home. There he died of pneumonia on July 27, 2003. President George W. Bush hailed Hope as a great citizen who served our nation when he went to battlefields to entertain thousands of troops from different generations. Jay Leno also praised Hope's remarkable gift, impeccable timing, comic timing, an encyclopedia of memory of jokes, and an effortless ability to with quirks. I want to thank you for watching today, and stay safe and stay blessed, and remember to smile, because I love you, but more importantly, God loves you. And remember, tonight I go live at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. I have a special guest, so we have to get ready for that special guest. Okay, everybody. Bye. I'll see you in my next video.